Welcome everyone, I am Nishith Hingu, SAP ID 37 of DJ Sangvi College, and today we are going to do the 7th experiment of DLIC subject, which is to implement an inverting Schmitt trigger, an astable multi-vibrator using that Schmitt trigger, and a triangular and a sawtooth wave generator using the astable multi-vibrator. So now let's see the need for a Schmitt trigger. So if we know that for a normal comparator, if the input signal is superimposed by the noise, it may cause false triggering, which we can see here, as it has only a single threshold voltage, but which is not the case in the Schmitt trigger, as it has two upper and lower threshold. Why it has two threshold voltages, we will see now. So this is the circuit for a Schmitt trigger. We can see that this is the input which is connected to the inverting terminal, so it is an inverting Schmitt trigger, and the V out is connected to two resistors R1 and R2 which are in series, and a Vref is given to the positive terminal. So the R1 and R2 value determines the Vref. Let's see how. So here we have seen that the Vref, which is Vt, is given by R2 upon R1 plus R2 into V saturation, which is 6 volts, as our R2 is 3 and R2 is 2 and R1 is 2 volts, 2 kilo ohms. So we get V UTP as 6 and V LTP as minus 6. This means that when the output is positive, the V threshold will be 6, and when it is negative, the V threshold will be minus 6. Let's see what this means in the output by checking the output of here. We can see that here the output is high, which is Vsat, and we can see then when the wave increases, goes above the 6 volts, we see that there is change in the output, which and it goes to minus Vsat. Similarly, when it is minus Vsat, when the input wave goes below minus 6, we see a change in the output. So this is how a basic Schmitt trigger works, and as it has two thresholds, the problem which we face in the comparator is overcome by this. So the next part is a astable multi-vibrator which you are going to create. I have already done the schematics for it. So here I have added an extra capacitor and a resistor. Let's see what the calculations for them are. So here we can see the time constant for the astable multi-vibrator is given by this formula, and the beta here we have already calculated, which is 0.4, and the given frequency for the astable multi-vibrator is 1 kilohertz. So we will get T as 10 raised to minus 3 seconds. So substituting, we get the value of ln of 1 plus beta as this, and we find the RC as T is known and this is known. So we and we assume the value of capacitor to be, and we take capacitor value as 300 nanofarad, so we get the resistor value as 2K. So that way I got the value of the capacitor and the R3 here. Now let's run this multi-vibrator and check its output. So we can see we get a square wave which switches from plus to minus continuously as the capacitor charges to plus 6, and as soon as it reaches plus 6, the output changes from plus Vsat to minus Vsat, and similarly now it starts to discharge, and as soon as it reaches below till minus 6 volts, the output again switches and it again starts charging. And this is the working of a stable multi-vibrator. Now the next part we are going to do is create sawtooth and triangular wave. So let's see the triangular wave first, which is ramp signal. So here we see that the output of the previous circuit is fed to an clamping circuit and then to an integrator. So now let's run and check. So this was the output which we got in the previous circuit. Now it is clamped to plus 6 and minus around 7 plus 7 volts and minus 7 volts because of this diodes, and then it is passed to an integrator which will convert this. As we know that the output of an square wave in an integration will be a triangular wave, so we get a triangular wave here. So this is how we can create a triangular wave using astable multi-vibrator. Now let's see the next part, which is generation of a sawtooth wave. So for a sawtooth wave, we first have a trigger circuit which will give us triggers, positive spikes, which is then clamped by this diode connections, and then it is given to an integrator. Here the integrator, we have connected to the positive terminal this connection, which acts as a potentiometer for us, which goes from plus VCC to minus VCC, which the values of this resistors can be changed to set the various rise and fall time for the wave. Let's see this circuit now in working. So this is the positive spikes trigger circuits which we get, and then after passing through this integrator, this is the sawtooth wave which we get. Now this rise time and falls time of this wave is decided by this connection, this potentiometer here. If we change the values here to 4K, we can see that the time changes. So for a sawtooth wave, this values are appropriate. So this was the sawtooth wave generation, and experiment number 7 for DLSE subject. Thank you.